volleyball.
I am too. I don't know where all of my teams went.
No.
Only two.
I think maybe somebody came today, but we were looking for
We
4.
did have like a third interested
Yes.
party, but
Yeah.
yeah, we need like 4 bare bones to make
yeah.
it go. This was gonna be your year, I'm sure.
I know. Yeah. I joked. I said, I think, it's a time, sorry. I said that I think people saw us playing last year in the severe thunderstorm for the championship, and we're like, nope, too hardcore.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we're ready when you are.
All righty. I would like to call the June 1st Parks Commission meeting to order. We're going to begin with roll call.
Knapel, Turner,
Here.
Page,
Here.
Holland,
Here.
Jablonski,
Here.
Converse,
Here.
Tepley.
Here. And everybody should have a copy of the minutes from our March meeting in front of them. Can I get a motion to approve?
Also move.
I'll second.
Approved. Do everyone say aye?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And then, so moving on to item 4, we have a new commission member here today, Leah Tepley. Leah, do you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I have lived in Polk City for about 4.5 years. I'm married. I have 2 kids, 17 and 11. Yeah, love it here.
Welcome. Welcome to the commission.
Thank you.
Glad to have you. So were there any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then we'll go to item 6 is the update on the regional park project.
Okay, good evening, Commission. Sorry, tonight's gonna be one of those where you're just gonna hear me talk a lot, but we've got some really big projects about to start this summer. So wanted to talk to you guys about them. The approach on one has changed a little bit, so I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to ask questions about that as well. So starting with the regional park project, and on your screens, you should have, forgive me, I didn't have like a prettier concept, so this came out of our design, the bid package, so it is technical, but it does show what phase 1 consists of. That has not changed. It is still the soccer, the infield practice quad that you can see off on the east side or the right side of the screen, about 270 parking stalls, phase 3 of the regional, of the Polk City Junction Trail, a concession stand, and a modern restroom. So again, none of that has changed. And for your orientation, on the left side of your screen is the future Northeast 7th Street. That connects East Vista Lake Drive and East Northside Drive. So where my cursor is right now, that's kind of where East Vista dead ends right now, east of the school, just for getting your bearings here. So I'm gonna go through some dates, some important dates that have happened the last 3 months. So on March 4th, the Regional Park Phase 1 bid letting took place. We had 3 bidders. Fast forward to April 13th. Council had the options of awarding a bid or rejecting all bids. Based on concerns with the bids received, council did reject all bids. After that, some discussion took place as to should we bid it again the same way or look at a different approach. Council did ask staff to look into a construction management approach where you hire a third party to manage the construction. They act as a liaison to the city. They are boots on the ground every day. And really they're an advocate for us, making sure that the project is on time, on budget, that it's being done the correct way. So we moved forward with interviewing a few construction management firms in the greater Des Moines area. And on May 11th, council entered into a professional services agreement with DCI Group to be the construction management agent for this project. With that comes a new timeline. We will now do an additional bid letting on June 11th, and then council will consider awarding contracts at their June 22nd meeting. How this is a little different, so our original was you bid out to a general contractor, they bring on subs. With a construction management approach, that construction manager is going to piece together pieces of the project to almost have like 4 different packages. So we might have a turf package, an electric, a concrete package. So we will hold more contracts, but we will, hopefully with this approach, we're going to cast a wider net, get more smaller firms interested when we divvy it up instead of one giant elephant of a project. It does push our abilities a little bit. We have not missed, we could still see fields operational in fall of '27. That relies on us getting things seeded and a good germination this fall, probably overseeding in spring of '27, with the possibility of using the soccer fields fall of '27. And that was the original timeline, was fall of '27. Does the commission have any questions on this new approach? Perfect. Okay. Well, with, again, assuming that council awards contracts the 22nd of this month, we'd likely see mobilization and dirt moving early July would be the plan.
What's the schedule for Northeast 7th Street right now? That's a separate project, correct?
So we are treating them as they are in the same project.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So Northeast 7th will be completed. The city's portion, NAP Development is also responsible for a portion of it. But yes, so that will come with this project. And in all likelihood, Monica, the approach would be this year we would work on getting the fields ready, seeing as that's the priority. Concrete work would likely, well, most concrete work would likely take place next spring. The road possibly this year, all concrete inside the park would be spring.
Okay, item 7, Jason.
Yes. Okay, so the Polk City Junction Trail, again, that is connecting the Neil Smith at the existing sports complex to the High Trestle Trail at the Oasis. On your screen now is kind of all of the phases. So I'll highlight here the green, phase 2. That's a portion that's already complete. That's the trail to nowhere across the Big Creek Elementary property. It was done because of grant funding. We had money, we needed to spend it. And that's often how a lot of these were numbered based on when funding was received. It's not that we can't count, it's that we need to use money when we have money. So I wanted to give you guys an update on phases 1, 4, 5, and the Trailhead project. So phase 1 is the piece that would go from Kiwanis Park to, let's see, it would connect to phase 2, obviously at that T intersection, but it will go all the way up to East Vista Lake Avenue. And I mentioned phase 1, that is the last component of the roundabout project that's going on right now. So once they have that roundabout open, and their goal is to have it fully functional before school resumes in the fall, then they will move on to the trail component of it. That is scheduled to be completed in the fall 26 construction season. So you would see that. And typically construction season, Monica, correct me if I'm wrong, fall would be like September to November, maybe early December, depending on the weather. Yep, okay. So that will connect our existing trail at Kiwanis to the north. Then 4, 5, and the trailhead are all part of the same package that was recently awarded to Caliber Concrete. So 4 is getting the trail from the south part of the Kiwanis Trail, kind of where those iron lagoons are across the street from the post office. It will come up, it will meet the square at the corner of 2nd and Broadway by Grinnell State Bank. It will then move east and we will connect to the existing trail that goes along East Broadway past Beebe Cemetery. So that will be part of Caliber's project. They are planning to mobilize on June 22nd, with things getting messy on June 29th after the festival weekend. And then they have, I believe it is a 90-day completion in their contract. So this should all be completed as well in the fall of '26 construction season. So that is phase 4. Phase 5 connects the trail along Deer Haven that just abruptly ends past Grimes Street, goes through the Crossroads development, and then will spit out right behind Home State Bank. So at that point, we will have connected downtown Broadway to Bridge. And then the last piece that Caliber will be working on for us is the Trailhead project that is taking place behind the creamery. If you folks will remember, this commission made a recommendation to council. Forgive me, I can't remember the month, but we were given 2 options. One is a natural approach to the area using the slope of the site to our advantage. The other was a glorified parking lot with a lot of retaining wall. Thankfully, this commission, along with staff's recommendation, was to go with option 1, concept A. So this will also be complete fall of '26. Do we have any questions about any of the trails that are coming up? So town's gonna be under construction this summer and fall is pretty much it, but we're gonna come out the other side with amazing things. Does the commission have any questions about any parts of the Polk City Junction Trail, specifically 1, 4, 5, or the trailhead, or others? I'm happy to talk about any phase.
Can you page back to the one that's got all the little pieces, just so I can look at it again? The
Oh, yeah,
prior
sure.
slide,
This one.
that's the one, yeah. There's no way they would ever close. Is that 2nd Street? They wouldn't ever, like the roundabout street, they're making sure to keep 2 lanes open always through that whole project, is that right? And the same,
roundabout project?
yeah, and then the same would be true for the trail construction. They're not messing with traffic particularly.
The eastbound segment, North Side Drive, will be closed, scheduled right now to begin on the 4th. So there will be a detour around that particular segment. We'll either have to go up to 126th and then back down on 44th, or down south of town and up 44th.
Okay, so that one will have a detour. And then the new piece where they're finishing the trail by the Iron Lagoons and up closer to the square. If that's for the trail, they wouldn't need to impact those traffic lanes, or am I seeing that right?
There may be some one-lane closures on like 2nd as it goes down towards those storage units, but it wouldn't be
Not the
closed
main.
entirely. No,
And
no.
not-
All of the trail work will be done kind of in the right-of-way.
Oh, yeah,
So yeah, impacts to the road at that point should be pretty minimal.
okay.
And then what's the timeline with the DNR for their portion out to, eventually out to the Oasis?
Oh, sure. You're referencing Polk County Conservation's
Yeah.
piece. Yes, at last I was aware, they too are on the fall of '26 schedule. So their piece should be done by this November or December.
Still on track.
Still on track. Thank you, Lindsay.
I heard, yeah.
Good.
Did you say when the Trailhead Oasis, when does that construction start? around the same time as our other trail project is happening? Or like, is any parking gonna be removed during any of our festivals or anything going on? Is that gonna?
So sorry, you said the word oasis, but did you
Sorry.
mean our trailhead?
Well, the thing going behind the creamery, what are we calling that?
Yeah, just the
junction.
the junction trailhead.
Yes.
Yes, so, we will possibly lose a little bit of green space parking due to mobilization equipment being there. We have asked that they minimize that because of the festival. Yes, but then things will get torn up the Monday afterward, so, yes.
Is everything in that concept for the trailhead still happening? Like there's a shelter and just things like that?
Yes,
Okay,
yep.
nothing's really changed with the plans
Yep.
there, okay.
Yep, so everything that you see here, an open air shelter, picnic tables, benches, bike hospitality, informational kiosk, let's see, site identity structures, and then the dry bed, creek bed that will operate to move stormwater through the site. Yep, so everything you see there is covered with how much we got from the state of Iowa for this project, so we didn't have to cut back at all.
Did we discuss a restroom? Didn't we talk about what? Maybe I'm not
I think
remembering.
the city hall like. there's
Oh,
public
that's
restrooms.
what.
Well, I
Yeah,
thought there was,
Soccer concession buildings.
I think I'm remembering from.
yeah, I
way
thought
back
we
when
had a
this-
discussion about, putting in a, porta potty or
Yes.
something.
So kind of where my mouse is hovering right here, this eastern patch of concrete. Originally, well, I would say initially, we are going to do kaibos with an enclosure. We're gonna kind of see what the appetite and the feedback is, whether or not we should upgrade those to modern restrooms. You know, that has been a discussion point along the way. I will say that would put us over budget. So that was one reason that we did go with the simplified approach initially. Yep.
Do we know what kind of trees and shrubs they're putting in?
I'm sure they will all be native. No, I don't believe we have chosen species
Okay.
at this point.
So, as a piggyback, so all the trees are spoken for, it's not like something that when the Arbor Committee is looking for projects for next year, that won't be one that pops up because apparently there's already, or at least the design shows trees.
Correct, yes. So everything that you see on here, native grasses, trees, shrubs, yes, that is all paid for with the monies received. Yep.
Very exciting.
Will there be I know, Nick, you put it in your, people that read your things from the city council meetings, but will there be like a press release from the city to kind of let people know where all this construction is occurring and what's gonna happen, all the good news about it? And
Yes, so, you know, we did send out some press releases about phase one, mainly the roundabout before that started. We held a public meeting here for people to come and see what each stage of it looks like, what the impacts are. We will do another public meeting for phases 4, 5, and the trailhead to really show that project and how it will impact the area around it. But yes, then we also do let folks know on the city's Facebook page, the city's website, and then also probably the mayor's monthly newsletter will have a piece about that as well.
Good. Anything else? All righty. Four Seasons Festival. Jason?
Yeah, so the responsibility of planning the 2026 Fall Four Seasons Festival fell to the Parks and Recreation Department. And I think we're putting on a pretty good party. So I wanted to kind of give you guys an update on that. It will be on June 26th, Friday evening, and then on June 27th, the following Saturday. This image might look a little familiar. It was in last month's North Polk Living. So I kind of just wanted to go through this a little bit with you guys. Friday looks pretty unchanged from years past. It will start with the golf tournament. The chamber is still handling that, but we are promoting it as part of the overall festival. Then starting at 5 o'clock is when things on the square really take off. Food trucks, components of the Friends of the Parks 5K run will take place that evening. Live music from Jesse and the Medicine Men, alcohol sales on the square with Fender's Brewing extending out. We'll follow the music with Movie in the Park with a special guest for the Movie in the Park. And all in all, everybody should be in bed that night by 11:30 is the plan.
Does the special guest have to do with the movie?
Yes. Yes.
Don't spoil it.
If you were at Fall Fest last year, you know.
Okay.
No, I'll tell this group. My recreation coordinator, Allison, her father is a big Cars nut, and he has decaled a car to the exact specifications of Lightning McQueen. So Lightning McQueen will be here for Cars. Yes. So then moving to the 27th, this will be an all-day affair, absolutely. So race check-in starts early in the morning with the Friends of the Parks group. The Sons of the Legion will be handling their pancake and sausage breakfast, as they do. We'll follow it with yoga in the park. Everybody's favorite parade will be from 10 to 11. The route is unchanged from years past. Essentially, it will mobilize in the older part of town around On With Life, come up to Broadway, and then come down Broadway and terminate at the square. At 11, that's when like all of the vendors will be in place, the food trucks, inflatables, beverage sales will begin. The Bill Riley Talent Show is going on again. One thing that we did really want to focus on this year was maybe utilizing this space a little bit more, really showing people that this room is here. It's very versatile. We have outdoor restrooms right there that hopefully people will start to use a little bit more. But in here, we're going to have kind of, again, Allison. She loves princesses, so I let her do a princess party. It'll start with a kids' cakewalk and then a meet and greet. The Friends of the Library will follow up with bingo, and then we will have a magician in here, meant for kids. Don't come looking for anybody to get sawed in half. And then we'll have a bags tournament on the square, and then we'll have two musical acts to end the evening. We're doing a different approach to alcohol sales this year. In the past, it has been kind of your traditional beer garden. This year, we are working with the businesses on the square, and they are extending their licenses out. And on Saturday, it will be a combination of the pub, Papa's Pizza, Fenders, and Hacienda Vieja that are all going to be doing outdoor alcohol sales.
Cool.
Yeah. Any questions? Perfect. If anyone here is interested in being involved, you can reach out to me in private. We can make something work. I know we've got a lot of Arbor League members up there, and I know they'll have a presence there. We've got a Friend of the Park right there, so you'll all probably be busy elsewhere. But no, I mean, I think this year's going to be a good approach of tapping into volunteer groups in the community, staff, and businesses. So hopefully it's something for Polk City by Polk City was the approach. Okay.
Do you have a line item budget for this, or did you have to go out to the businesses to get their support for the bands and things like that?
Yes, so this was not budgeted based on when we were given it. We were given it mid-fiscal year. So yeah, we did have to do a small budget amendment for the expense that would come with this, but also we are finding alternate revenue as well. So you can see here on the left side here, we have different levels of sponsors. 4 seasons, spring, summer, autumn, winter. So at this moment, all those images that you see there reflects $23,500 in sponsorships. So we're gonna survive. We're gonna survive. And if anybody's listening, we do have 2 summer sponsorships still available.
Okay. So Q1 program cost recovery.
Yes, and Q1 seems so long ago. But yes, so as always, this is a snapshot of how programs did for Q1, January, February, March. As always, we break it into youth, adult, senior, and then for this one, I had to create a new section, and we'll get to that in just a hot sec. But starting with youth, again, youth looked good. The goal with our cost recovery model is youth to be 70% to 100% plus in terms of cost recovery, and we had 113.8%. So really pleased with that. Also really pleased with our participation numbers, 237. A bulk of that is our youth basketball programs that we offer for kindergarten, first and second grade. Our adult programming, big driver here is fitness classes, 115.5%. Adult programming, we always like to see 100% or more. We would like to see those be slightly profitable. So at 115, we kind of hit the mark right there. So really pleased with that. Really pleased with the number, 119. Again, a lot of that is our monthly fitness class that has a really good following. We did not have any senior programming in that quarter. That's oftentimes just with the weather, walking conditions, temperature. They're not real thrilled. My normal group of ladies that go on all of our trips, they're not too sad when we don't have anything in January or February. And new this year, we came up with a family program because of our Hearts and Cards bingo event that was advertised as a family multi-generational opportunity to play bingo on February 13th, really leaning into the Valentine's Day holiday. Again, according to our cost recovery model, something like that has equal parts community and individual benefit. That's kind of how we gauge ours. Is this really meant for an individual or community level? And then how you would recover or subsidize goes along the way. So with this, we would expect to break even, receiving little to no subsidy. And at 106.5, the program performed as expected. So really pleased with that. Another use for this room that we hadn't done before. And I think the early reports were that it was pretty enjoyable. I'd like to see stuff like that grow in the future. So overall, I just wanted to highlight that for 2026, Q1, we had 384 participants. That was an increase from 352 last year. That represents a 9% increase. So that is our greatest Q1 to date. So really pleased with that.
Jason, are you gonna plan to try to do a family program maybe every quarter? Are you gonna work toward that?
Yep. Yeah, so, and oftentimes it might look a little different. I don't think that let's see, August would be Q3. So we do have another bingo event in August. So yeah, always looking for new programming ideas that really appeal to kiddos, parents, grandparents. Yep. So if the commission ever has ideas, something that can take place in this room, in a park, by all means, I'd love to have the discussion.
So the Princess Party, that's part of the festival, would that be considered a event or?
Not really, since there's no cost to participate. So it's kind of hard to track the cost recovery on that. We just hope we see a lot of young people in here enjoying that, so. Yeah, no, the cost recovery is always, of programs where we see revenue. So, kind of the revenue we're expecting with our expenses. Yeah, but overall, staff's really pleased with Q1 of 26. Strong start to the year.
Okay. All right. Director's report.
Yeah, you guys tired of hearing me yet?
Jason.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep this pretty short and sweet. I just wanted to recognize 3 recent volunteer efforts, that the Parks and Rec Department really was the beneficiary of. The Polk City Arbor League on April 25th, they partnered with the Parks and Rec Department and we planted 14 trees at Marina Cove Park. Really changed how that park looks, so awesome job by everybody involved. Yeah, just that park was in desperate need of trees, and so this collaboration delivered. So thank you to the Arbor League. Last week, you might have seen herds of 8th graders wandering around town. On the 27th, it was the annual 8th grade cleanup day. So we had 175 kids from North Polk Middle School. Trying to keep that many kids on point is difficult, so I really love that the teachers and the admin from the middle school help out. They do an amazing amount of work in a short amount of time. So they primarily focus on mulching, beautification, and cleaning up our parks. And so they did a fantastic job. So thank you to Principal Richards and the middle school staff and all of the 8th graders for their help. And then more recently, just yesterday, Eagle Scout candidate Embry Richardson, she is part of Troop 89, an all-girls troop. She did her Eagle Scout project in Kiwanis Park. This was identified in a work session of the commission a few years ago where we talked about opportunities in different parks. Things that were not getting used to how we think they should and what would be a good replacement. And on there was Kiwanis Park, the tetherball that is never there because I put up a tetherball on Monday and it's gone by Wednesday. So we looked at rehabbing that site and we thought a gaga ball pit would be a nice touch. So Embry took that on, and this past weekend, members of her troop, parents, they did the work, and I'd invite you guys to all drive by Kiwanis Park and take a peek. It's on the north end of the park. It looks pretty slick. So thank you to Embry Richardson as well.
Great.
I think that's all I have.
Okay. So, number 11, reports and particulars. Nick?
Okay, it didn't come up during the rest of the Junction Trail conversation, meeting as well as agenda. But at the April 27th meeting, council meeting, we did get a trail deferral from the group that is building across from Quick Start to complete their section. It's the one highlighted in yellow up here.
Yeah.
Not a particularly long section, but kind of an important one just to finish everything out. Initially, they were supposed to construct that when they got their site plan. We have an arrangement with them now where they will get that completed before the end of the year. So by the end of the year, and hopefully sooner, depending upon when they get moving on construction, we should see that section closed out too, and that should be the final gap once everything else is completed this year.
Is that just the other side of the church?
Yes, that's Church to Parker Boulevard.
Yeah, okay, got it.
We already chatted a bit about Northside Drive. It is closing later this week. The sign has been up for the last several weeks, indicating that it was going to close Northside Drive. Initially scheduled for last week, it got pushed back. But it will be north-south, open to traffic on the westerly side. You won't be able to turn onto Northside Drive, and you will have to loop up and around. That should be going for probably a couple months while they construct that entire eastern half of the roundabout. But again, all that should be completed by this fall as well, in time for. We are taking bids for the sidewalk repair program and should have something to choose from, a bidder to choose from for the next meeting at June 8th. Chatted about, council's been in talks about a sewer extension project to the north that's still a bit preliminary, but it's something we've been looking at last several years. And we are currently in stage 2 of a water alert They have been running their nitrate facility basically all year. I think it was off for about 6 days in January. But nitrates in both the rivers have been elevated all year, and it's finally gotten to the point where they need to start thinking about doing something to help tamp down that demand. They're not to the point where we're exceeding what they can produce of quality, low nitrate water. But I would not be surprised if we do end up in another stage 3 this year. And that's all I got.
Questions? Okay, I think that's it. So I'm going to do a motion to adjourn. Is that a motion?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Everyone in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, everybody.